So today in this video we discuss about how to get continuous unidirectional torque, or how to start a synchronous motor, or we can also say that what is the magnetic locking. So it is very important for the semester. So actually, if rotor pole and stator pole both are changes their position, so in that case rotor experience a continuous unidirectional torque. So basically in this figure, as we can see that these are the rotor poles, that is SR, and these are the stator pole, it is NS. So another figure, we can see that the rotor poles, this is NR, and the stator pole, this is SS. So in that case a magnetic locking is created, and uh, if we remove the external prime mover driving the rotor, so in that case the rotor will continue to rotate at synchronous speed, in the synchronous speed. So now take a look. If rotor poles are rotate in clockwise directions by some external means at such a speed that they interchange their position along with the stator poles, then the rotor will experience a continuous unidirectional torque as explained below, as we say earlier. So suppose the stator field is rotating in clockwise direction. These are the stator field, so it is rotating in the clockwise direction, and rotor is also rotate clockwise direction by some external means at such a speed that the rotor poles interchange their position along with the stator pole. So in that case, when the stator pole is NS, then the rotor pole is SR. If the motor, this is A point and this is B point, so here when the rotor poles is NR, so in that case the stator pole is SS. Now in the another case, if it is A and it is B point, so when the stator pole is SS, so in that case rotor pole is NR, and when the rotor pole is NR, the stator pole is NS. So it should be interchanged like this. Now it is clear that torque of the rotor will be clockwise. Okay, so after a period of half cycle, we can see that after a period of half cycle in this figure, the rotor poles reverse their polarities, and at the same time rotor poles also interchange their positions. So here we can see that here the rotor pole is S suffix R, so here the position is N suffix R, and the stator pole here is NS, so after the half cycle it is SS. Okay, and it is in the similar manner. So the result is that again the torque of the rotor is clockwise. So in that case the torque is same, that is the clockwise. Hence a continuous unidirectional torque acts on the rotor and move in the clockwise directions. Under this condition, pole of the rotor always face pole of the opposite polarities of the stator. And so here we can see that in the both of the figure we can see that the pole of the stator and rotor represent their opposite polarities. So in that case we know that if the polarities are not same, so in that case magnets are attract each other. So in that case a strong magnetic attraction is set up between them. So this is the reason. So the mutual attraction known as magnetic locking locks the rotor and stator together, and the rotor is virtually pulled into set up with the speed of the rotating flux, that is the synchronous speed. Now in that case, if we remove the external prime mover, driving the rotor is removed, the rotor will continue to rotate at synchronous speed in the clockwise direction, because the rotor poles are magnetically locked with the stator poles. So it is due to the magnetic interlocking between stator and rotor poles that a synchronous motor run at a speed of the revolving flux, that is synchronous speed. So it is says that if now the external prime mover drives the rotor is removed, the rotor will continue to rotate at synchronous speed in the clockwise direction, because the rotor poles are magnetically locked up with the stator poles. So this topic is very important, so I hope you understand. So thank you.